All right, all right. Hello, hello. Good day, my peoples, my friends, my community, my family members, people who I haven't met yet but are checking me out. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. For those who don't know, my name is Owen Pelche. I am 39 years old and I am from Cowes First Nation, and I am an Indigenous public speaker. I'm a mentor with Straight Up. I'm a full time student at the First Nations University of Canada, studying for a degree in Indigenous social work. And yeah, making the changes necessary to have a healthy and successful life. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. So today we're just going to start with a quick check-in, see where I'm at. I do sharing circles with work and other places, and we do a check-in, they call it, just to see where you're at with life, personally as well as professional. So personally, I feel like I'm doing well. I got a lot of things on the go. Just it's always trying to find the balance, right? What do I give my time? I give my time to this. Do I give my time to that person? Time. It's like, what's important to you? What do you value? Where are your values at? So it's been a continuous process for me to find the balance for myself, find that healthy balance. We're human beings. All of us are human beings. We have needs that need to be fulfilled. We have to make sure that our self care is healthy so that we can help others. If our self care is not healthy, we're going to affect others negatively. And there's a lot of people I've realized and being made aware that there's a lot of people who come into this work field and they're hurting still. They haven't addressed their issues or resolved their issues or dealt with any of their traumas. And they're trying to help people and they're trying to heal people and work for people. And that's how they hide from this. And then they do that, like kind of like to dissuade it, to send it in, to distract them from what they need to do. So awareness is key. You need to be aware of that. If you have issues that you're still working on, make sure you work on them and address them and don't push them to the side and then try to help others, because that'll seep through and you'll end up hurting people as well. School is coming to an end for this term. Finally, I felt like it's been a long term. So I take 4 classes a term. That's considered a full load. And I've passed 3 of my classes. I have one that I'm working on right now, my final for Cree, which is a children's story about a muskrat and a beaver. And I'm about 85% done that. And so I'm looking forward to finishing that, being done with the term, done with the school. So then I can focus on the things that I want to focus on, that I want to work on, like my book. I really, really want to get writing my book and get this done and get this completed by this year for sure. And I'm going to keep the pressure on myself. I'm going to tell people and I'm going to put it out there like I'm putting it out there right now. I'm going to complete my book this year. Nothing is worse than saying to somebody, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then you don't do it. It's like, so if you're going to say it, be about it, do it. Great news at work. I am getting a promotion. Yay. Congratulations to me. After 18 months in the mentorship program, finally graduated. And so I'm going to be the new housing and presentation support at Straight Up. And I'm really excited and looking forward to it. Throughout my journey, throughout my life, I have had to utilize resources like transitional housing, like the Sally Ann, like the Salvation Army, like McLeod House, recovery homes where I was in there. So I've seen it from that end, but now I'm coming in from this end where I'm like working there. So I'll be able to bring a unique perspective, and if there's gaps in the program or anything like that, I'll be able to address them and say, hey, maybe we should do this. I don't think that's working so well. You should try this. Different things like that. So I'm really excited to expand my skills in the professional field. So I'm be doing 20 hours housing and 20 hours of Straight Up presentation support. I'm looking forward to that because I about presentations. I put a lot of work into it, time, effort, energy, because I just see so much value. I know this is where it's at. The presenting, people love that. Not everybody loves it, but we all love to listen to a great speaker. As a speaker, you have to be dynamic and you have to give good information. These are two things that people want out of a speaker: to be dynamic and to give good information. And if you're not those, you should work on that if you're a speaker. Be dynamic, give good information. That's what people want. So, actually, I'm really proud to introduce these. I've been working on these for a while, bunch of little details. And this is the business card. Look at that. That's called aluminum foil. Prestigious Pache Productions. And there's the back. So finally, when I first started speaking in 2019, I had my little paper cards and I was using those for a long time and they were working, they were getting the job done, right? But I was like, okay, now it's time. Professional cards. So I really like these cards. I'm really proud of them. Everybody I give one to, it just puts a smile on their face, and that's it, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm growing. I'm learning step by step. I'm not in a rush here. I've learned not to compare myself to other people and what they're doing. That's them. I'm me. I'm unique, just like you. You're unique. Don't compare yourself to others because that's going to hurt you in the long run. Just try to be better than who you were yesterday. Make more progress than yesterday. Grow every day. And that's where I'm at with that. So, you got the promotion at work, we got the business cards, classes, passing. I'm really grateful. I took this one class called Human Sexuality, and I wasn't really sure what it was about, but I registered and I enrolled. And then when I did it, it ended up being a lot about socialization, marginalization, as well as the 2S LGBTQB plus community. And I thought, wow, it's not by coincidence or chance that I'm in this class. It's divine design on purpose. Because as a gangster, as an addict living in that lifestyle for so many years, I had these notions about people with those pronouns, like I didn't mess with those kind of people. I wasn't friendly to them. I would even be mean to them because that was the gang culture, right? We've beat up people like that in the past. I'm ashamed to admit that, but it's the truth. Now where I'm at, I'm learning about, they're humans too, just like you, just like me. We're all humans, and we don't get to decide what we're going to be when we're born. We're born into it. Like for myself, my culture, my identity, my language, torn before I was born. Wasn't waiting for me. So, what I've realized is we're all human beings and we have to treat each other with compassion. Doesn't matter how we look, how we dress, how we sound. We're all human beings at the end of the day. You need to treat each other with compassion. And unfortunately, people from the 2S LGBTQB plus community have the highest rates of suicide because of rejection from family, rejection from society, labeling, all of that stuff. Just they feel like they have nowhere to go, and people end up taking their lives, and that's really sad. I have family members, I have friends who are a part of that community, and so I've realized, it's important to not judge people by the outside, but to judge them by the inside. Who are you as a person? The other thing I wanted to talk about was the prestigious Pache Productions. One of my friends was saying, maybe you should change it to presentations. It's a little confusing, like productions. People, I've had some people ask me, are you doing movies now? Are you doing rapping now? I was like, no, I'm a motivational speaker. That's what I do. I'm a public speaker. But it's always been the idea since I started the product, like way back when in 2018, when I was first formulating this idea, I didn't stop at just presentations. I was like, no, I want to be able to have my hand in poetry. I want to be doing art. I want to be doing fashion. I want to be doing videos. I want to be doing music. I want to be doing all these different things. So the idea with my business has always been that I build my business to where a place where it's high enough and strong enough and stable enough that I can start helping people, because there's so many talented artists out there in our community, songwriters, singers, painters, whatever it is. But because of their afflictions to their addictions and their struggles and their traumas, society will not give them a chance. Society will not help them. And so my business idea is to help these people, to talk to them, to see them as people, to be compassionate, and to enter some kind of a agreement where they agree to enter into recovery. They enter into recovery. I take their art and I distribute their art to the community. So that person benefits, the community benefits, and the business benefits, the trifecta effect, if you will. That's always been the idea and the vision behind the business. But I'm aware that I need to build my business to the place where it's able to do that. So that's me. That's what I'm doing. I'm building the business through my presentations. I'm starting my clothing line, and I'm just trying to build this legacy to have jobs for my children, for my family, so they have job security. Because when you die, your children can't inherit your job. They can't inherit that. But if you leave a legacy, a business, they can inherit that. Hey, see my bro Pat right on. Thanks for jumping on, bro. Good day, good day. Pat Breezy, my brother. Thanks for stopping on. Thanks for giving a little shout out. Appreciate you. We got to link up soon, bro. Next time I'm in Regina, we'll go do coffee, probably next weekend too. But thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your support. So, yeah, I was listening to people and they're like, you should change it to presentations. And I was really thinking about it. Should I do this? And I've asked people, and you got to be careful when you ask people, because you'll get too many different opinions. And then it's like, okay, what do I do? So I got a lot of people are saying, yeah, presentations, make it presentations, that'll be cool. And then another person like, no, I think you should keep it productions, because you want to do this and that and this and that, right? I was like, yeah, that's right. So stay true to the original idea. Prestigious Pelche production. It's going to be, that's what it's going to stay at, and we're going to go from there. All right. I appreciate everybody who's out there, everybody who stops by, people who haven't been in that game life or those addictions, but they're listening to. I appreciate you. I haven't been through what you've been through, but I've been my own go through. Believe that. Oh, Heather. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Heather. Good to see you. Right on. Got some people popping on. Good. Love it. Love it. Love it. I want to talk about TED Talks. You guys know what TED Talks is? I've had the dream to be on a TED Talk for quite a while. And I know that Straight Up did a TED Talk in the past, I think 2018. I joined them in 19. So I actually spoke to one of the leadership people and I was like, hey, man, I want to do a TED Talk. I'm ready for a TED Talk. If TED Talk ever contacts you and they want somebody, I'm ready to go. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll let him know for sure. So that was like on a Tuesday. Next day, on a Wednesday, my friend who I've worked with in the past, he's a production guy. His name is Kyle. He does Campfire Stories. You guys should check that out on Facebook. Campfire Stories, Kyle Burgess. So he contacts me through Messenger and he's like, hey, Owen, I'm doing this project for Canadian Mental Health Association, and it's going to be like a TED Talk style interviews. We're going to have 20 speakers, different topics. Are you interested in doing this? And I was like, oh, for sure, man. That was the next day. I just told him, I was like, the day before, I was just telling bro how I want to do a TED Talk. And so that's how quick things manifest when you're in the right zone. I would say in the zone, when you're balanced, when you have that connection with your higher power, your divine. Define your divine and stay connected, stay aligned. And so when you put things out into the universe like that and you're in your zone, boom, the universe just answers you right away. Here, then you want to hear. Be ready. Make sure you're ready for it. That's the thing. So Kyle contacted me. He's like, short notice. We're doing it next week. Can you be involved? I was like, yes, I can. So I'm like in the middle of finals. I got work, got a lot of things going on. I just draft up this quick paper, quick notes. And then I go there and they have this huge setup at the Prairieland Park, video screens, cameras on the arms and microphones and like just this whole setup. It was really cool. I wish I would have taken more pictures and videos. But we realize when we go through things after we reflect and we have those regrets, that's how we learn. So next time I do something like that, I'll be doing that. Anyways, he had my name up there on the screen, and my topic was trauma. And so I just got up there and had my paper. They had the camera on me, and I put, and I delivered. And from my perspective, I think I probably delivered maybe an 85% worth of a presentation out of 100. I wish I would have had a little bit more time and put a little bit more effort and thought into it. However, I learned from that. That's what I learned. If I don't put in the time and the effort into it, then you're going to be left with the regrets and that. So, if you have an opportunity, if you want an opportunity, you say you're ready for that opportunity, make sure you're ready, and then handle your business and do your thing. And that's what I did. I manifested myself little TED Talks, and I learned through that. And so now I know to be more prepared. And so when I do a TED Talk, because that's going to happen, believe me, I don't know when, I don't know how, but you don't need to know that. All you need to know is what you want to do, where you want to go. Creator, God, he'll align that. Divine design will align. Believe that. So also, I want to talk about traumas, because that's what I was talking about on the TED Talk thing, traumas. I don't know if I was going to say a couple of sentences about that. I would say traumas are inherited. Traumas are inherited. And if we don't deal with the traumas, guess what? We're going to pass them on. And that's a scary thought. I don't want to have any of my children have to take on any of my traumas that I didn't deal with. I don't like that. I don't play that. I'm going to do my best to address my traumas, deal with them, and heal from them, so then my children can have their own lives to be free to do as they want. So I've been getting really caught up with school, work, business, family, a lot of things going on. And you got to realize, you got to time and be like, hey, what's important here? Myself out, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to be a people. Ask me something, I would say yes, and I go and do it, even though I don't want to. We all know, we've all been there, we've all done that. I've done that many times, and I don't feel good about myself after, because I don't give myself that time that I need, my personal time, my self-care time, self-healing time. Time is important. That's the most precious resource that we have that we can't get back, right? 56,840 seconds in a day. How are you spending them? If you look at it like it's money, every day you get 86,400 seconds deposited in your bank account at midnight. You have 24 hours to spend that money. After those 24 hours, that money is gone. What you going to spend that money on? Are you going to give it away? Are you going to throw it away? Are you going to invest it in yourself? There's something to think about, right? I'm reminded of a story. The story of a man and his son. Son was about 8 years old. Man was a hard worker. He worked all the time. He worked overtime hours. He was just a workaholic, He took a lot of pride in his work. And so after work, he'd come home late all the time, and he'd sit down, and wife would put supper on the table, and him and his son would sit there, and they were having supper with the wife. And then the son looks at his dad, and the son says, "Dad, I have a question." And dad says, "Yes, what is it?" And the son says, "How much do you make an hour?" And the dad's, "What? What do you mean how much I make an hour? That's none of your business." The dad got mad, right? "You're just a little boy. That's none of your business. What do you care how much I make an hour?" Dad kind of got mad. He kept on eating, and the boy just kind of put his head down. And then dad thought about it, and he says, "Well, if it's so important to you, all right, I make $100 an hour. Okay, $100. And the little boy looked at him and says, "Oh, okay, Dad." And then they were eating some more. And then the little boy says, "Dad, can I borrow $50? And the dad says, "What? What? You want to ask me how much money I make just so you can ask me to borrow money? You have a lot of nerve. Get out of here. Go to your room." I don't want to see you right now. And the little boy put his head down and then he went to his room, right? And the dad was just steaming and he kept on eating. No, he was eating and he was thinking about it. And he's thinking, he said, okay, well, I don't even know what my son wanted the money for. Maybe he wanted to do good with the money. I don't know. I didn't even give him a chance to explain. I didn't ask him. I just jumped the gun and got all mad, stressed out from work. That's not right to take it out on my son. So then he finished eating, knock on his son's door. Are you still awake? He said. Yes, Dad. I'm still awake. And then, son, I think I was a little hard on you earlier. I came down a little hard on you. I didn't give you a chance to explain or anything. And I'm sorry. I apologize. And here you go. Here's the $50 you wanted to borrow. So as soon as he gave his son that $50, his son lifts up his pillow. He smiled, right? He lifts up his pillow and he pulls out these other bills. He has other bills. He's kind of putting them together, kind of counting them. And dad gets mad again. What? You asked me for money and you already have money? What's the matter with you? Oh, you make me mad. He's getting all mad again. And then the son said, no, Dad, no, I didn't have enough before. I didn't have enough. And that's why I had to borrow that 50. But now you gave me that 50. Now I have enough, Dad. I have enough. And his dad said, enough for what? And the son said, here, Dad, here's $100. I want to buy an hour of your time. Can you come home from work early, please? And we can play, please? As soon as the son said that, the dad broke down. So guard came down. He started crying. I'm sorry. He grabbed his son. He started hugging him. I'm sorry, my son. I'm sorry. Didn't realize. See, all of these emotions flooded in, and he didn't realize how much time he is giving to work, overtime, and not paying attention to his family and giving his time to those who really loved him and cared about him. He was ignoring them, giving to his boss, and his boss doesn't care if he works himself to death. Boss doesn't care about that, but his son, his family really cares. And so I just wanted to share that story just to help us all to realize how important and valuable our time is. And those children, those family members, those friends, those spouses, those people who care for us, they deserve some of your time without having to pay for it. Just give them your time because they love you and they support you. And we don't know if tomorrow is promised or not. So, with that being said, value your time, care for your time, and give it to those who deserve your time. And for those who don't give them the time, man. Like Jordan Peterson says, if you're speaking to someone and they're not listening to you, stop speaking to them because you're wasting your breath. You're disrespecting your own words. If you're trying to give advice to someone and they're not hearing you, just stop. Anyways, value your time, do good with your time, keep going strong, don't give up, trust the process, fake it till you make it, all that good stuff. Divine design will align. Prestigious Palshay, we're logging off. I hope you guys have a great week. Peace.